It's probably a good idea.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is I, Schmuel Buckman, here for a little Wednesday afternoon chat. It's tough getting people together, but Mr. Hughes lives in Europe, and so we only have a 4-hour time gap.
Yeah, but try not to
And
dox me too specifically, please.
yeah, thanks for helping me out. Just run through some of these real quick. I know you guys have been waiting. Echo Pineapple became a member. Thank you, Echo. I won't talk about anything about Echo, but I should shut my mouth. All right, Nick from Fort Wayne became a member. Thank you, Nick. Now we're going to have to do that hot tub stream that I've been promising. And I think we got a few more here. Dan from Nice Podcast Stupid. Buckman judging the top 200, but can't figure out tech. I'm not judging anyone. I don't judge. I'm that kind of person. And let's see, Stallion 19 is here. Debbie Wiki, that's a new one. A lot of for fuck's sakes in the chat. Are we surprised by that? And I don't have my mod today. So there we go. All right, guys. Lady KB and Big W is also joining us. So, hey, everybody, what's going on?
Which one first?
Whoever wants to talk,
Well, what
it's
about if we
convers-
both answer at exactly the same time?
then it's going to be fucked up. And then people are going to go, Schmuel doesn't know what he's doing. And today's going to be the same as every other day.
Yeah.
So, good afternoon,
BYB?
Ms. Good afternoon, Ms. Lemmi. No, we don't shout over each other. In about 5 minutes, when I calm down and get the nerves sort of fade away, then I'll just start yelling at people. Lemmi, how you doing on this
I'm
afternoon?
doing really good. I'm doing good. I just got my nails done. I got my fume. I'm feeling pretty fucking good, actually.
Cool. And Mr. Hughes?
Quite amazing. It was decided today that I'm officially going to Hackmania. I've been talking up with Ackle today, who's been giving me a lot of travel advice, and I don't know what the fuck he's talking about because I've been on one vacation in 20 years.
Have you ever been to New York?
Yeah.
All right, well, at least you're here.
Interesting fact, I seen them filming what's the term? Second unit footage for Spider-Man 2. And I almost shit myself because I was in New York for about 35 minutes and then I literally seen them filming a Spider-Man film. And I thought, this place is brilliant apart from the Muslims.
We don't have that many of them,
But Spider-Man?
comparatively speaking.
Yeah, well,
Did you get?
you don't have many, but the few that you do have are kind of bad tempered, you know? Like, it's like Colin Quinn says, why let a few 100,000 bad apples spoil a bunch? Bunch of cunts.
What can I tell you? If it weren't for those people, I'd be out of business. So
So
there you go.
you're a human trafficker?
I am, and this morning I gave in to having to learn Spanish, which I can't speak but can mostly understand. But today was Bengali, and
Who?
thank God for Google Translator. The neighborhood I'm in has changed over the years. It first started off Irish, And
Well, it
then,
didn't actually. It started off American, okay, because there are no Irish people in America. There's only Americans because the country's fucking mentally ill, and they all think that they have some type of international heritage. You're the only fucking country that does that shit, and I don't understand what is wrong with you people. You're American. You're not Irish. If you're Irish, come over here, and I'll give you a list of bars that you can walk into and tell them that you're Irish, and really see what happens.
see, I'm used to dealing with Irish immigrants. Like, the people from Ireland are like the accents, the whole bit. And then you learn about how racist the Irish are. But
Yep.
not against the rest of the world, but each other. They all have like, if you're from Galway, you're shifty. If you're from Cavan, you're cheap. People from Mayo are all they know are the
Fat.
bogs.
You know that's where Rosie O'Donnell moved to.
To Mayo,
Yeah.
262-day yearly average for rain. Perfect for Rosie.
Well, it was sort of about the fact that it was named after her food, but never mind. She's a
Sort of.
fat bitch.
Yeah, I dated a girl whose family were like peat farmers, and that's then I learned about the bog stuff. So there we go.
And it didn't last, no.
No, it didn't.
Well, it's
She's
weird. It's weird that you wouldn't want to stay with a woman who kept talking to you about bugs. That sounds like my
yeah.
kind of girl, to be honest.
She didn't talk to me about any of that. She just
You
I
just
had to
overheard it.
I had to figure it out, and no, because there was another Irish girl from Cavan who was competing at the same time and couldn't understand how I would choose a bog person over a Cavan person.
Well, to be honest, I've never even heard of Calvin, so this episode's going well so far.
You haven't heard of Cavan?
No,
Jeez.
I don't give a fuck about a lot of Ireland. I just know that there's certain countries that I despise.
Yeah, Cavan are the Shoolies of Ireland, so maybe that's why you haven't heard. And what did you guys get to catch any of the PDP or the Keanu Missy fiasco that went on?
Yeah, I caught the Missy thing, but it's just the usual shit of like everybody's completely pissed off for a 36-hour period, then it's done, and it'll all be friends within a week, and then they'll do a stream talking about it. No one will give a shit. Cammy will be banned from MLC. Then Kevin will send her the link 3 days later to talk about being banned. And then Gino's on, and him and fucking Kevin will argue, and then they're banned forever for 24 hours. And everybody takes it seriously, does spin off shows covering it. And then it happens again the next week, and then everyone goes, I can't believe it. They get banned from MLC. It's the exact same. And I said all the fucking time that MLC is the only episode, the only podcast that live streams repeats. Like it's the same fucking. It's Groundhog Day. He might as well just talk about Ground. Do you want to hear my joke?
Go for it.
What do you call the sequel to Groundhog Day?
MLC.
Groundhog Day. Yeah,
I'll laugh at that later on while I'm driving home.
excellent.
Yeah, that was my old.
I thought you lived in that fucking room.
Sitting in the pew. No, I don't. And Lemmy, did you get to see it?
See what?
The Missy stuff? Just
Oh yeah,
jump,
yes, absolutely.
jump, jump in. I
I like Missy B. She's
I've
got
met her. She
gas.
seems very nice. Very.
There we go. So, what did you think of Groundhog? Or what did you think of Missy B? We'll keep this going while he's reconnected his wire.
Um, I thought her hair looked beautiful. She looks fantastic. Her skin is
Reconnecting.
flawless.
I don't know if you can say that word about those people on this stream, Lemmy. It's African American is the term that people usually say.
I didn't think my R
Why
was
do I
that
keep
hard.
losing you guys?
It
I
was
have.
so. With the Kiki and Missy thing, do you see this as just another fucking storyline, or do you think it's any type of legitimate feud?
No, I think it's the excuse
We're.
that the Kumi is needed to get the fuck rid of them for good, honestly.
Good point.
I. What do you call it? I was blown away by how small the incident was. Right, of all the things that Keanu did, saying, "I'm not going to send you the. I'm not going to sneak you a link to John's show," was the one thing that triggered it, pushed it over the edge, whatever you want to say. And that was what they got upset about.
Well, the thing about that sort of stuff that's so dumb is that Stuttering John is the type of person that if the link is sent and you're backstage, he'll put you on screen no matter what. Like he seems to genuinely think that he has to put people on screen. It happens to me all the time where my link gets sent out and you can see them all backstage and you can just tell or they're gonna porn bomb me or say the N word like Lemmy did a couple of minutes ago. And that's why it's so dumb. So what if fucking if Kiki did send her the link? Like it didn't mean that Missy was going on the air. It's but I just think it's like what Lemmy said. They've been looking for an excuse to cut them off or to have an excuse to be able to vent at them, and this was it. Because like Gino's been taking a few shots here and there lately against Kumia, calling him like a disloyal and stuff. So Lemmy made a good point.
Go ahead, Lemmy.
He said it. It's the excuse they needed to be done with them forever. It's like a
Yeah, because it
fucking hemorrhoid.
it was so minor, that incident, compared to the other stuff that's happened. I agree. I think they were just really looking for it. But Missy did seem a little over the top with, "You showed your loyalty to him," but that's probably been going on for a while, right?
But the thing is, they've known Gino for so long, and Gino's had so many big public fallouts in since they've known him. Why are they now suddenly shocked that this incident would be a problem?
Well, I don't think they're shocked. I think it was like Lemmy said. They needed an excuse, and this was the excuse.
Uh,
And it gets to be Missy that does it, not Anthony, right? So Anthony comes off as a guy who's like, "Well, I'm just supporting my girl."
it's true, but is it echo going on here? Can you hear that too? Yeah,
Yeah, there is.
yeah, I
I know
can't hear
there's
an
not
echo now, but
there's not much I can do about it. I'm sorry. This was an unusual place for me, so I'm in my office, and it was
yeah.
a quick setup.
Yeah, no, I just think it's this was something that was long overdue because it seemed like obviously I don't know behind the scenes, but it seemed like Gino was more of a hindrance for Crimea than a positive, and Gino seemed to need him more than Anthony did. And then all that shit about the sale of compound media and the Gavin McGinnis stuff, which I just think Anthony's sort of like what's the Scientology thing? You excommunicate anybody that brings any type of stress or drama. It's like done, which is probably the best way to be. God bless Xenu.
Well, look at Gavin, right? Like he just stepped in and went, basically, "You guys don't provide me any value," and it was like 250 a show. I think he was going to pay them, or they had to get their own stuff, bring a piece of the memberships and whatnot. And look at what they've done. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like in Hot Water was a funny show, but they had to have had a minuscule audience at best. Like you couldn't see it because it was behind the paywall, and they never put clips out from it to promote it. So how would you ever know about it unless you were already watching?
It didn't help that the website itself was absolute dog shit.
Oh, shots fired at Iraq.
Sorry, Iraq.
Well, it was a money thing too, right? Like everything cost tons of money, and then from what I understand, at one point they switched credit card processors, and they thought that they could just move everybody who was a compound subscriber over to the new credit card company. And it turns out in certain states you're not allowed to do that because the user agreement didn't. So they lost a whole bunch of people, but then those people never got cut off from watching the show.
Yeah.
So you
But
had all these.
but Compound Media itself, it was a bad idea. Like Kumia put out 2 free shows, and they were really good. And then everything was behind a paywall for years. And then it's kind of like, so what exactly are people paying for? And then it became, oh, but now there's all these other bonus shows, and it's like, well, who gives a shit? Like I'd never heard of Gino before. Uh, Compound Media used to put out a highlights podcast, and that's the only time I'd ever heard of Gino. So it's like, well, why would I want to then pay for this? Because if I don't like this so-called best bit, then I'm not getting whatever the fucking cost. So yeah, Compound Media should have been an Anthony Cumia podcast with a Patreon. It shouldn't have been an entirely new system. Uh, behind its own separate paywall. Like Cumia at the time had so much buzz starting a podcast that he legitimately could have been on Joe Rogan's heels within months if he'd have gone free initially.
Well, I think he wanted to make money, right? And and you couldn't. Joe Rogan wasn't making any money back then when Anthony started. The podcast method wasn't really working.
Well, no, Rogan was doing okay, but I just thought that Cumia sort of went from A to C. Ironically, Anthony Cumia, holy shit, it's fucking unbelievable. But I just thought that he went too big too quickly, and like even in those documentaries, you can see that the attention wore off really quickly because it's not like podcasts are hard to find. Like if fucking Eddie Murphy started a podcast tomorrow, everybody would listen for about the first 3 episodes, and then they would realize, fuck, he keeps talking about Nutty Professor. Who gives a shit? Well, actually, that's the wrong choice. I love Nutty Professor, but not so much Nutty Professor 2. All right. But with that, and then Eddie Murphy's got a Netflix documentary coming soon that will be shit. So basically, what I'm saying is that you have a very short window to gain and maintain people's interest, because if they don't, they're just going to go find. Like David Duchovny had a fucking X Files podcast, and he's still doing it. And nobody gives a shit.
It's Always Sunny in
Some
Philadelphia has the same. They have a podcast. Nobody gives a shit.
That fucking show stinks, by the way, and I'll explain to you exactly why that show fucking stinks. So what'll happen is every episode they'll walk into a bar, somebody will come in while the other three are in the bar, and they'll say something like offensive or controversial, so everybody else reacts and goes, "Oh, well, this thing about the N words." No, the neighbors, not that N word, and everybody else reacts, and then it goes, "Oh, by the way, I figured out a way to get rich. We're gonna fling shit at nuns at funerals." And then the theme music plays, and that's the theme of the episode. Then Charlie will do something gross. Did you know that if you eat petrol, it'll make your shit stick on nuns bigger? And Danny DeVito will start eating oil. We'll go to the credits. A song from the 80s will play. They'll reference some fucking film. Their plan doesn't work out, and then the credits roll. It's shit, and they're a bunch of wankers.
You just ruined my favorite show.
Fucking pile of shit. And I hate
not.
Sandra Vanaki while I'm at it. That's fucking rubbish as well.
I can't do it. I can't do
Yeah,
that
yeah.
either.
Bunch of faggots. Excuse my French.
Permaseal for $9.99. Thank you, Permaseal. Bless you, Lemmi, hello, Hughezy, and Schmuel. And we don't get the blessing. I have never seen Sunny in Philadelphia.
I fucking love that show. It's so funny.
I'm one of those guys that sits around and brags about how I don't watch TV, but I'm on YouTube immersed in the Dabbleverse for 8 hours a day.
I thought that It's Always Sunny was funny for a couple of episodes, and then I just realized it's like a fucking template that they rotate every. It's like every 3 episodes. It's like, oh, this one's about the woman, this one's about Mac, this one's about, and it's the same fucking thing.
Thank you for $1.99. Cigarette Jones, nice office. Dan's going to say his is bigger.
Should you take the first letter of that chat there? Right,
And
with the final word.
yep, yep.
Um,
You're very focused on that word, aren't you? It's like
yeah, I thought it said neighbor. You can delete that one then.
yeah. Well, we'll leave it up and take the risk. Anyway, I brought you here because I've been watching Lemmy
CP. Oh,
sort of been. No, Lemmy's been great, and being quiet and not saying much and not talking much about things that are going on and trying to keep sort of the personal life personal, but it's kind of gotten out of her hands. And
Kind of.
I read a book. I read a book a few years ago by John Ronson, and I recommend it for all of you. And it's called "So You've Been Publicly Shamed." And and it comes from the first story in the book is about some woman who was flying from the U.S. to South Africa and put out a tweet about she didn't have to worry because only black people get AIDS, and she meant it from a leftist perspective, like, you know, you white people are full of shit that you care about these things. And she was really trying to defend other people. Well, by the time she got off the plane in South Africa, she'd lost her job. It had gone around the world, and it just went on, and she could never control it. And then there was the woman in Central Park who, the bird watcher
oh
guy,
yeah.
where she called the cops, and she was publicly shamed and lost her job, and had a lot of negative effects in her life. And it turned out the guy was a real piece of shit who did it to her, that he had done that quite a number of times, where he would bring dog treats to try to attract people's dogs and then yell at them. And so I'm wondering, what does it feel like to have this done to you?
I guess it really would depend on that question changes weekly, really. At first,
Is
it was terrifying, truly, absolutely terrifying. And I'm still kind of terrified every once in a while. It'll like flare up, you know what I mean? I'll get like a flood of cortisol. But it's it's I've gotten kind of callous to it a bit. You know what I mean?
I apologize, but I'm having trouble hearing you. Hughezy, are you able to hear her fine?
Wonderfully,
Now
perfectly
we're all
clearly.
right.
You suck,
This
Schmuel.
is the
Did you hear
usual
that?
disaster that I have with my audio, just because it always happens that way. All
Oh,
right, let's try something else. I'm sorry. Would one of you speak while I
Hello.
try to?
Hello. Can you hear me?
I
There.
can hear you're all broken up, and I asked that question, and you gave a fantastic answer, and I barely heard any of it. Of course, because I'm an idiot. So
well,
I'm going to take myself out for a second. You kids handle it, and I'll be right back.
This is going great.
did you watch the last season of It's Always Sunny?
The very last episode that I watched was Mac doing interpretive dance, telling Frank he was gay.
It was, see, that's the thing, because the whole, I think it's like fucking 17th season is on Netflix, and I haven't heard one person who's spoken about watching it. Like nobody has addressed it at all.
I
And
really
then
kind of stopped watching TV.
yeah, but then that guy Rob Michael Clenny or whatever the fuck,
Mhm.
he's gone super woke because he got into a business deal, so he's now shit himself. And I think they've actually started to remove episodes of It's Always Sunny from Netflix and streaming services because he doesn't want to get his fucking Disney Plus deal taken away or whatever. So it's like, and that's the problem. It's like just stand by it. Like it's fucking acting. Like nobody thinks that what would they call the guy from Breaking Bad actually sells drugs to kids. They think he played a drug dealer. So nobody's going to watch It's Always Sunny and think, oh, they believe every single word they said. So we're going to take away our sponsorship from his shitty Welsh football team.
He was another celebrity that made a cameo in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but those Game of Thrones writers actually did some Always Sunny episodes.
Did they really?
Yeah, well, I don't know if they wrote it, but they definitely directed some It's Always Sunny. So,
For those remember any dragons in Philadelphia?
Well, the comedy was dragon, if you ask me. Am I right?
Oh, but
the only time I remember really laughing at that show was when they were doing one of the Lethal Weapon parties, and because Frank had self-financed the Lethal Weapon 5, that they had him do a really long sex scene with a prostitute that he was fucking her for real. And I thought, okay, now that's fucking funny.
Funny.
Yeah.
When Frank clawed his way out of a fucking couch, that was funny.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, it's kind of weird because Danny DeVito's a literal dwarf. So it just seems like that's their every time a joke bombs, just cut the Danny DeVito standing beside something, and it'll like look at him standing beside a chair, and he's about fucking 4 feet tall. Schmuel is backstage again.
Schmuel, your show sucks.
Yeah.
Where are you?
He's smelling his fingers. I don't know what he did when he went off mic there.
Hello?
Yeah.
I'm going to read the chat, Schmuel. Gonna read it. I'm not gonna read it.
Yeah, fuck the free chat. Insult us some, send us some insults. That's the main thing. Super chat, Schmuel insults. That's what they always need. But the thing is about how does this happen? Because he had the settings done.
He's in his office, man.
And he can't hear us.
Schmuel! Is he even backstage? I don't even see him.
Yeah, he's down there smelling his finger. He's really giving it some fucking effort too. So, in regards to Hackmania, because Eccles got all this travel information, he was telling me all these tips and bonuses and deals. So, might as fucking well. Like, it's not going to be cheap, but it is going to be worth it. It's going to be a good time. And also, I was talking to the Aussie guy who real name between me and you is Dean Galloway. Oh. He might come. Like, it's going to be a big fucking flight for him.
Wow.
He might come, but if he does, his birthday is on the Saturday, so he'll be 47. Okay.
That's not true.
Well, it will be his birthday, and his name is Dean Galloway. Schmuel is now backstage and somehow has cut to a completely different angle in his camera. And I don't think he knows that the camera is facing him on the left. I don't know how the fuck that's humanly possible.
Schmuel! Come on, man.
Yeah. Schmuel, if you can hear this, just click on your own link on your phone and host it through your phone.
There you go. I could start screaming again.
Start. The word?
Screaming. I could start screaming like I did on BYB.
So what was it that Schmuel asked you there just before his system shut down?
Oh, he asked me how it felt to be publicly humiliated.
Mm. I'm more interested about Schmuel buying that book. Like, what the fuck was that like? Where
For
he's seen
real.
the cover and he's like, "I want this, please."
Well, I could understand that. I really can. It's kind of a fascinating subject, like her perspective on things.
Yeah, but how dumb do you have to be to tweet that and not
Yeah.
understand that people can't read sarcasm? But I'm also going to say, if anybody can clip that part where Schmuel said that thing about the black people, clip that and send that to me because that would be hilarious out of context.
Shmuel's kind of bad at broadcasting. A bit. A bit. He's terrible.
I just hope that nobody makes fun of Schmuel over this because that would be outrageous.
Nobody gives Shmuel shit.
Well, I have to. So, what do you think of Dave Sarah's yoga episode?
It was hilarious. And I expect that your yoga episode will go a lot like that. And also my yoga episode will probably go a lot like that. I think Dave Sarah's the poster child for all of us trying to be athletic in some sort of way.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that because Dave obviously is a funny guy, and it was such a serious episode only about yoga that she fucking at one point she actually told Dave to stop speaking. And I'm like, this is an incredible podcast. It's how rare do you hear the host of a podcast ask the guest to shut up? So, how long do we give this?
I don't know. I really don't. Shmuel! Come on, man.
Yeah, because he's not DMing me.
Did he die, do you think? He had a stroke?
You know that'll
Stroke
be
Buckman?
typical because Buckman offered me that I could crash at his if I do go to the New York show, so that he could take me on the Springsteen tour, which would be fucking amazing. Get to meet Cookie Buckman, another great name.
It's pretty good. I like that one. God damn it, Shmuel.
Mm.
This is awful.
Hmm. I don't know. The thing is, it's his fucking headphones that are the problem.
You think so?
Yeah, but of course we can't tell him that because he can't hear us.
They look like gaming headphones. They look like old gaming headphones, like 2000, maybe 17 or 18
Yeah.
earlier. Come on,
There's a
Shmuel.
chat by Dang Lizard before it moves up. Uh, Hughezy, you're wrong about the always. What this fucking idiot? You're wrong about the always sunny template like you are about that third Oasis. You still have that Ray DeVito in your mouth. Yeah, Oasis are so shit that they're on the biggest tour in the world and the biggest rock and roll tour in fucking years. So I'm right about Oasis, and it's always sunny fucking stinks. They're wankers, and I'm tired of that priest always turning up the fucking
Oh, cricket?
cricket.
I love cricket. I do have terrible taste in like media, so you're probably absolutely right.
Mm. I'm gonna DM to make sure that Schmuel's okay.
I don't think he made it. Mr. Buckman? Calling Mr. Buckman?
I think it's time for Schmuel to stop using Evie Mux or whatever this is called,
Mm-hmm.
because he doesn't seem to know how to use it.
StreamYards is seems like the universe. Why are you not using StreamYards, Shmuel? This is fucking awful. Did he die?
Well, he's not replying to the DMs. I think he only likes to record with trans people anyway. So that seems to be his thing lately.
I'm a little miffed at Ava, seeing how I was the resident trans around here before she popped up.
If you fought her, they could promote it with the Paul Stanley versus Geddy Lee poster.
Touche. I have nothing. I've got nothing.
Yeah. Well, this is so. Buckman is his phone isn't even on. So I think it may be time to go, Lemmy.
I think you're right. Can we end this? Is
Yeah,
that a possibility? Okay.
I think we should do
Put
your
this thing out
plugs,
of its
Lemmy.
misery.
Where can people find you?
Actually, my plug for today is Soup Party. Go to Soup Party at Soup Party on YouTube. He's got a show tonight at around 9:30, I believe, Eastern Standard Time. So everybody go to Soup Party, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
You know that soup party guy needs to be sent to prison
You think so?
because I actually had a nightmare last night at the idea of someone coming to the door with 4 tins of soup. I don't care how funny and well washed I am. That's terrifying to go through that ordeal. Look, let's think of the real victims here before we joke about that sort of stuff, please. Uh,
Soup is terrifying, to be fair.
yeah, especially when you have the voice of a woman. And I am going to be streaming a lot of mine. I'm Huge Entertainment on YouTube, and I'm at the Hughezy on Twitter and Instagram. So going to sign out now, Lemmy, and I shall speak to you pretty. Schmuel Buckman just turned up backstage in the fucking
No, he did
thing.
not.
He's
No, he
here.
didn't.
I'm here. I'm
There
so
you go.
sorry. I'm
Hey,
hardwired. I did test. I swear I tested everything before I came in. So I'm on a Chromebook. So hopefully that, which is not supposed to work, will work.
definitely. So you had a question for Lemmy Buckman?
So I did, Lemmy. I said, so what does it feel like to be publicly shamed, and how is this affecting you?
Are you
Well,
talking about publicly shaming her of being on this episode?
yeah, right. I
This
feel
was
publicly
probably
ashamed.
about the most shameful thing that will happen to her in the
Oh, not.
next.
I mean, they're saying my full name in your chat right now, like I haven't on my own stream. Thanks. My name is Amanda. Nice to meet everybody.
Yeah.
Faggots.
So look, that was part of it. I mean, you were on a show the other night, and then these guys mass reported that show. Is that what I understand happened? Is that
Mass
correct?
reported the show. Fucking Granny called the cops like a little pussy bitch for soup. Can you
Excuse
believe that
me,
she did?
officer. They fucking ain't sending me fucking soup to my shitty shed. I'm a victim here, officer. He goes, Madam, can you please calm down? What the fuck are you calling me madam for? I'm dating a 19-year-old with a spotty cunt.
And acne.
Well, that's what I meant. But
Yeah, it's a little strange, right? Like, basically, we all know where you live. We all know all these things about you from somebody going on, and it was a bowl of soup that set him off, right? And this thing of I have to call the cops. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, come on.
They were doing it to each other too. Like Granny started all that shit. Granny did a couple things and then GGG did a couple things and then Granny called the cops like a fucking pussy. And mass reported a stream? Like that's every time I've seen any of the like let's say Granny has had 10 behaviors, okay? And all 10 behaviors are inappropriate. I've seen people do 2 of those behaviors and be completely fucking ostracized. You know what I mean? Granny's just doing all 10 and everybody's like, "Oh, interesting. What's he going to do next?" He's going to cut her fucking head off. He's going to go to her house with that shotgun because he's drunk and armed. You know what I mean? What's he going to do next? Nobody knows.
But I felt bad for him because he forgot to think his story through before he contradicted himself. Because he claims that he was sent the wrong address and he left late because he wanted to avoid your family. So it's like, so which one is it?
Oh, hold on.
And
There's more. There's more. There was a wreck on the road on the way. It was raining.
yeah, and
Whatever.
maybe I shouldn't. Did he drink drive?
What do you think? I'm gonna leave that up to your own discernment.
Well, you
I'm
can't.
not a snitch, but I'm gonna let you guys like figure it out for yourselves whether you think Granny drinks and drives or not.
Well, to address the whole thing as a notorious stereotype, uh, light beer doesn't really count. So I think it's like he wants to have the reputation of an alcoholic without actually having the kidneys to do it, which I would recommend. By the way, Granny, it's terrible.
I would say that even light beer qualifies someone as being an alcoholic.
I
If
mean,
you
if you
drink,
drink
if you
40 in a day,
40, yeah, 40 in a day. But
Easy work.
but then you can say, well, I like the taste. That's the reason why I drink. Although I don't think anybody's ever said that about Bush Light.
Uh, yeah, well, I was always I didn't mind a couple of Coors, must be said. Not bragging, but I've really been a Guinness girl for years, and I'm never giving that up, ever.
Schmuel, can we
say
put
it.
snitches in the lower DV top 200? Dan from Nice Podcast. Thank you, Dan. Um, yeah, I timed somebody out in a chat, and you would have thought that I was like causing the end of the world, press the nuclear button. And uh, these guys are mass reporting. They're doing all the things that we've always said don't do, and the internet is like, it, you lack etiquette. I get shit for this stuff all the time, aside from my abilities at broadcasting and audio. Um, and what's blowing me away here is like and I thought that that a lot of these people in the chat sending money and stuff were your friend, and or that you thought they were your friends. And this is this is where we wound up. And I don't know, I find it distasteful is probably the best word that I can use.
It's pretty distasteful, and it's really taught me a significant lesson because those I shouldn't even use the term friend. You know what I mean? That's a stupid thing. That's a very stupid thing. And like, they're not even Granny's friends. They're just watching the fucking shit dribble into the cooler because it's what's on now.
Oh, no pun with shit dribbling into a cooler. Um,
What are you talking about? That was exactly a pun, you idiot. What the fuck are you talking about?
so yeah, I agree, but it's like we've reached this point in our society where we don't care what effect this has on real people and real people's lives, you know? Um, Anything just for content. It's again distasteful, and as well, it's like there is a kid involved in this, and like what how do you live with yourself knowing like about this kid? Um, it's funny because somebody said to me the luckiest thing that happened to that kid recently was that Granny missed picking him up. You know, um, so how that's got to be that's got to be tough for you, right? Like how do you deal with that?
It's actually not tough at all. It's actually significantly easier.
With you mean without him there?
Hmm.
Are you concerned that the kid's going to see this shit on the internet, or that other kids are going to see it and then run
Absolutely.
with it?
Yeah. Yep. Sure the fuck am.
And the fact that your ex has no seemingly concern about that. Um,
No concern about anything. He doesn't have concern about our son. first and foremost, which is telling in itself. That sets the bar for me immediately. So I know where it's at now. So everything else is below that.
And and how do you see this like panning out? Like, we're
Yeah, really, honestly, truly, when I lay my head down at night, when I see the end of this, it's not good for me.
I,
Fucking Psycho X snaps and won't quit fucking drinking and just spitting vitriol and convincing himself that I'm literally Hitler. You know, I
But he
don't I
said,
don't see a scenario where that ends well for me. I'm scared when I hear a car door slam outside my window. You know what I mean? So when I envision the end of this, it's the end of me.
and you're
That's what I
that,
see.
and that's like, and no one's going to say that that's not legitimate fear, right? Like that you're
Yes,
not making
people
this
will
up.
say, no, people will say that's not a legitimate fear to my face and tell me that I'm crazy for thinking that.
But we
but
don't.
the thing I've got to say is that what's not really helping is that Granny seems to be obsessed with the YouTube reaction. Like that's all oh, fucking hell. That's all he seems to care about. And Shul Buckman stinks, and he's a terrible host, and he should have organized this better. And I'm dreading if this gets clipped or taken out of context because this is completely ridiculous.
That's why I'm really grateful for people like Gay Guitar Guy. Gay Guitar Guy is a thorough autist of the nth and highest degree. And
Nth.
he's yes, nth, hard R nth. And he fears no man. And what he's done since Granny called the fucking cops, have I considered a restraining order? Actually, I have a whole fucking, watch Soup Party tonight, actually. Just go ahead and watch Soup Party tonight. GGG is just the fucking man. And you will see what he has had to compile just in case some stupid shit went down. He's going to go over that tonight on his stream. So if you guys could go subscribe to Soup Party and
But
come hang out tonight.
yeah, and the thing I was saying is just like Granny really likes the YouTube reaction, so I
Mhm.
can totally understand why you would feel that way about like physical harm because people are eventually going to get bored of his same 7 lines on a loop. Saying, "I've got a good one." It's like, yeah, yes, we heard that in the intro, and then he'll be like, "Well, I've got to up my game so that fucking Nimrod hits the like button." Because they're so close in real life, and like, how far is he going to take it just so that Uncle Jack will laugh at his joke for the 19th time? And another tough guy.
Shut
Or
the fuck
some
up, internet hate machine. You have no fucking idea who Granny is. I do. I do,
Yeah,
buddy.
just
So how about just you
ignore the
shut the
chat,
fuck up,
man.
Sam
yeah.
V, you
Let's
faggot.
ignore. Yeah, ignore. Let me. I'm going to ask you to ignore the chat only just
I closed
because.
it. I'm
Okay.
a chat rat. I can't stay out of the chat.
No, I know, but because we wanted to. We we discussed this a little bit before we got on.
Can't help myself.
I
I can't help myself.
yeah, I understand, but unfortunately, it's what's to be
You're right. Anger is a
expected.
choice. Anger is
But
a choice.
you got to do. It's like there has to be some comeback. I mean, people have to understand that what they're doing is affecting the kid, affecting you, and uh, but it's like he's almost like stuttering John, right? Granny is.
Almost. Oh,
Is it's like,
almost in the sense where he doesn't have his fucking credits. That's about it.
but it's like people are doing like people are sending money, they're chatting, they're doing all this stuff because they want to see the drama and they want to see a stupid response. And that's what they're getting, right? And
I
I
guess.
would if I were you, I mean, I'd be concerned that like one of the chatters decides to up it, you know? Like
It's out of my hand. I'm not concerned about what happens to Granny. Like I said, the boulder has rolled downhill. There is no stopping what happens to any of us at this point. So let's fucking watch the ball roll downhill and see how many fucking people it smashes. I'm
Yeah,
there you
and
go.
not to this isn't a topic change, but I went to see the Springsteen film yesterday, and part of the story was the fact that Bruce, his whole life, even to this day, was dealing with the trauma of his of what his parents, what his dad did when he was a kid. No spoilers. And even though Bruce went on to become this billionaire, gorgeous fucking rock star with the big fat juicy dick that none of the men will ever acknowledge noticing, but we've all noticed it for years. Bruce has fucking got a real pipe between his legs. Bruce never got over the stuff between him and his dad. Uh, and not that it's my, well, I mean, obviously I can say whatever I want. I'm an Oasis guy. But the kid, as he gets older, he'll want to know why mom and dad weren't together or what happened to cause a separation. And then that's just going to start the shit all fucking over again. And I don't know if your kid can play guitar, but if he does, I want a cut of the royalties.
He likes the piano.
That was my. I had Granny on the show when this all sort of broke in the beginning because I wanted to talk to him about the drinking and stuff, and that was one of my questions was, don't you worry about the effect of what you're doing? And this is before a lot of this. This is before the stuff started with calling you out, um, and basically he was like, "Well, this is the way that I was brought up, and look at me, I
It
turned out
wasn't.
fine."
It wasn't the way he was brought up. I know his parents. I've known his parents since I was a child.
Uh, yeah, but I mean, isn't it? It's amazing to me that there's literally no handbook, there's no requirement. Like having kids, for a guy, you don't get an award for that. It's the easiest thing that you can do, you know. But the responsibility once they're born, you can't walk away from that. And that was I said to you, I go, look, it took me, it's taken me 30 years to try to get over growing up in an alcoholic family, with all the craziness and stuff. And I feel like, yeah, you think it's cool. You're content farming Lemmy. You're doing all this stuff, but your kid is going to see this one day, or another kid is going to put this. The videos are going to come out, and they don't have to be from today. Kids are young, maybe not seeing them now, but what about in a couple of years? You
He
Yeah.
doesn't
know?
care. He has like no object permanence. You know what I mean? And that's like with like memories and actions and shit like that. There's no. I think that might be why he has a hard time taking responsibility because he can convince himself that he just didn't do it or it was okay to do it or you know what I mean? He has a justification or a deflection for everything, and he really seems to be able to convince himself.
I obviously don't know him, but it comes across online. Of course, I'm not claiming to know the inside story that he's more worried about being considered like cool and funny than being legitimately real life responsible. That like if I'm talking about I want custody and all this stuff, I'm not going to talk about it while drinking multiple beers at 10 a.m. in the morning before work, because all it needs to be done is clipped in the fucking and the judges or whatever would see that and go, yeah, maybe not. By the way, you're in a shed. Why the fuck would I let the kid go stay with you in that uh, beautiful shed?
Yeah, and if you do get any custody, it's not going to be custody, it's going to be visitation, it's going to be
Right.
supervised. You're going to have to pay
Absolutely.
for the supervised visit. You're not going to have the money for that. And it's just never going to happen. But your kid is also going to grow up with a million excuses, right? Like, I can't count on my dad because there was a wreck on the highway and I didn't get the right address. And
His mother didn't do everything for to set up for me to just show up.
yeah, and I don't know. I mean, Look, I'm judging a situation I've never been in, but I do know that if it were really that were like a real important thing to me, I would have left way early just in case something happened.
Today was his first half day, and I didn't know what time to be at the bus stop, but I knew school let out at 12:10. So I left at literally noon to go to his bus stop and wait. And I sat there for maybe 25, 30 minutes just because I didn't know when the bus would come. I wanted to be extra early, you know? I wanted to make sure I was there.
I mean, yeah, it's just weird because it comes across as all of this stuff gets said that it's important, but yet none of it seems to be important. It right? Like
Yeah, no, he says a lot and does the complete opposite. That's like his MO.
And the thing as well, it's that like what he's doing isn't like winning. Like none of this stuff. It's like, oh, I went on the stream with fucking Turkey or whatever, the puppet Turk, and I said all this shit about Lemmy. Uh, that's not the win you think it is. Like at the end of the day, you may stay up talking shit about her, but Lemmy gets to watch TV with the kid and have breakfast with the kid. Like who's really winning? All you're doing is saying shit that eventually, or maybe not, the kid will one day find out about. Like I fucking hate my dad for the shit he did to my mum. And as the older I get and the more you think about it, it actually just makes you more angry than you go, fuck, he had a couple of beers. You just think, no, he's a cunt. You should know when to quit. And really, if a fucking custody judge sees this, that you're staying up all night talking to a fucking fake green puppet about your issues, like they're going to think you're a fucking mentally ill crackhead, right, Schmuel?
Among
well, he wouldn't be
all of
that
the
would
other
he be that
things that
off,
have been clipped. No.
right? Uh,
He kept telling me that this was like, you better start treating this like a game because I'm gonna win. You better start treating this like a fucking contest because I'm gonna fucking win. This is my realm. Get the fuck off the internet, bitch.
That is
Like,
such a dumb thing to say. It's like, okay, then you get to
yeah,
stream and make what $37. I get to live with the kid. Who wins?
I get to sleep in a bed in a room and you like shit in a toilet and eat food and be around my family who loves me. So I win, dude. You can have
Quit
the internet,
bragging.
bro. I won for sure.
Yeah, that's there is no fucking game.
it is nice to be able to, sit on the toilet and read your phone in comfort and, not be worried you're going to get attacked by a raccoon when you're shitting in a cooler outside.
Yeah. It's
Um,
nice to have enough money to be able to buy different shampoos and conditioners and like try to test them out to see which one looks good on my hair or to like get my nails done and shit. That feels really nice.
I hear that. Like if you're living during a time where the idea of soup being delivered scares you to the point that you call the police on your little dial-a-phone thing, uh, maybe you're not winning. Maybe it's silly and oh no, Schmuel, what's happening?
Nothing's happening.
I thought you just went
Oh.
into the fucking negative zone.
Yeah.
I did. My camera switched. Um, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, basically just uh, when you have people telling you that you're winning, what I think is kind of a shame is that uh, it seems like Granny's being set up by his own, what he thinks are his own friends, and they're enabling him to continue to
Absolutely.
embarrass himself in public, and he's trying to get feuds going with Mersh and with me and with others and the stuff. And it's like nobody gives a fuck. Like really, people don't have the time, especially seeing as we're getting into Christmas season.
But yeah, well, nobody has the time for this because who wants to participate in it? That's the how could you how I don't that's my thing. I can't understand how people want to get involved in this and support it and not feel somewhat responsible for what the consequences are going to be. Because all along in this, encouraging Granny just encourages them to drink more, encourages them to do less. And, there's no inside information here, but the guy has been streaming almost all day, like just hours a day. It does not indicate to one looking at it that you have a job, right? Because you're streaming. So, painting should pay well, and you're giving up like a lucrative career um, to make $37 on the internet. And then wait till those people that you're doing it with start wanting some money. Like, oh, how are we going to split this up? Because it's the
Yeah.
same people all the time.
And the thing is, the streaming shit doesn't last. Like I mean, when it comes to making regular money from it, like I remember when the Steel Toe and the Aussie guy, whose real name is Dean Galloway, argument happened on my show. That episode, I made like 400 something from it overall. Because it was like a monetized video and I get loads of donations and shit. So I was thinking, oh great, it'll be like this every time. And all I've got to do is stream more often and I'll make this exact amount of money and more every single time. And then I don't even think I make 10% of that, honestly. So I don't even think in total I've made that amount of money since because it doesn't last. So and that's the thing that Granny needs to be more. When you have a kid, that's your priority. That's your decision making. It's not fucking like, oh, I'm going to make fun of Schmuel Buckman's interview with fucking Robbie, which I'm going to do that, by the way. But I just think that get over it. This is not a war. Uncle Jack's pretending to laugh at you. Uh, get a normal job and send Wyatt Halloween costume or something like that.
Yeah, it's amazing to me. I've been blown away that you've taken the shit that you've taken, like
What choice do I have?
your stinky pussy and all of that. No, and not responded, right? You stayed out of it as long as you could, hoping that it would go away, you know?
What the
And
smell?
I look, I'm
I ran it
convinced
under a cold tap.
I I'm convinced I'm convinced the smell was purposeful. Like every time she saw him coming, it was like, give me a bottle of skunk oil to
No, I'm
slap
actually
down.
honestly surprised that he even got a whiff, considering the last 5 years, I could count on one hand the amount of times we'd fucked.
And that's not because of the stinky pussy. Is that because he couldn't
No,
get it up?
it's not. It's because I didn't want him to fucking touch me because he skeeved me the fuck out and he was mean to me a lot.
And that's the other thing. Like, it's not like Lemmy would be excited. Like, why would any woman be with Granny and think, "Oh fuck yeah, I can't wait for him to walk through that door. It's on in
No, it's
seconds."
so fucking hot the way you sit there for 10 hours hunched over playing League of Legends, drinking constantly. It's
Yeah,
so hot.
there's nothing sexier than the real life version of the yellow bastard from Sin City. You're not supposed to have stick arms with a giant gut. If your belly sticks out further than your nose, you're doing it wrong. Like he has a very high opinion of himself because he laughs every time he makes a joke. He's obsessed with the idea of being considered funny. And basically he's a real life Saturday Night Live character. And even worse, a modern Saturday Night Live character, one that doesn't make you laugh, it just makes you cringe.
Easy. That's fucked
I'm
up.
taking that back. I'm Team Granny. Let's go, Granny.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Too mean.
Look, there's nothing wrong with, like, if you think you're funny and you want to be a comic and whatever. There's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with going out and trying that, but you got to take care of everything at home first.
I don't even think that. I don't even think that you got to take care of everything at home first. I think Granny's fucking hilarious. I always have. I always thought Granny could put on a good fucking show when he was in his right mind. He's just not been in his right mind. He's lost his fucking mind. So
See, that's the bit that I always thought was weird when people say Granny's hilarious
I
because
thought there's a lot of people who think Granny's. I understand that it's like an acquired taste or whatever, but the man is fucking funny.
but you said you. I remember you telling me you like that film Strange Wilderness.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Well, there you go. So you know I have to take. So that is now tainted every compliment from now on. Have you seen
Fair.
Strange Wilderness, Buckman?
No, this is the every question that you ask me, you should just assume the answer is no when it comes to
My
film,
favorites.
album, anything. Uh,
Yeah.
so
It's a complete pile of shit. Like it is. I remember watching it, and I thought I'd accidentally put the fucking deleted scenes on. It's like this is unbelievably shit. But anyway, uh, to sum up, I never found Granny funny because he always said the most obvious line. Like, I walked past this bakery, and then the items they had on sale, the heated ones, were selling way quicker than the cold ones. He goes, I guess you could say they're fucking selling like hotcakes. It's like, yeah, okay, that's hilarious. That's the type of stuff Granny would say that I would never laugh at, or Strange Wilderness.
he's got
Roast beefs. I love Strange Wilderness.
look
How dare you?
No,
that
no, hang on. We gotta get into this. You're wrong.
I'm not wrong. It's an objectively hilarious film.
Let
The
me
woman was superfluous. The woman was the only bad thing about that movie.
Let me in the film they showed them editing documentary footage that had errors in the voiceover on purpose. It's like so then re-edit it. Dude, that's fucking
Oh,
stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
it's supposed to. It's supposed to be awful.
Listen, I'm not gonna argue with you about this, but I will not fucking have it's a disgust. Once over with Kaylee interview. You know what? I don't even want to talk about Strange Wilderness. I feel sick. I feel fucking sick.
The fuck did you say to me? Yeah, I'm wearing a thong.
I did. So I have to say, I'm going to call out a friend of mine. Um, I couldn't believe that Cupcake was on the streams, like co-hosting and stuff. He's been complaining about Joey C doxing his mother, Joey C doing this, and now you're on a stream that is essentially doing the same thing to a woman with a child someplace. And it's like, so all this complaining about Joey C, all these fears of them having knowledge, and what could they possibly do with it? And that means you're a piece of shit. But yet you're sitting there doing the exact same thing with somebody else. Is it because you think you trust them? You know,
I think no. I think it's because Granny gets views, and that's what the other people on the podcast want. They want views. So at
yeah,
any cost, at whatever cost.
I want to put this up from our friend Granny, uh, who's not working right now. Michaela, well, if doxing is fine, we're going to promote it. Might as well do it to everyone, right?
Isn't that fucking crazy? Isn't that insane?
Yeah, I get, look, this whole universe, I have this love-hate relationship with it because I really like the people. I really, and I support a lot of people. And then we've got a guy like Ski Mask, who I feel like everybody knew that he was drunk. Nobody was surprised when he passed away, and everybody encouraged it. And I feel like this is such a similar circumstance.
No, but Ski was actually an alcoholic. Like when you're really addicted to alcohol, you'll up the fucking alcohol. You won't just maintain the same weak cheap beer. You will go start drinking the strong shit. Not that I'm saying he should, because obviously it didn't go well for Ski. But like for me, I was way like up until about 2 years ago. I was having really bad whiskey hangovers because you'd go on the piss for days and other shit. It's Ski was a legitimate alcoholic and a mess. He wasn't choosing to be like a dirty loser.
Granny is a legitimate alcoholic, right? And if he does up it, it's more beer per day. It's not right. And the guys that generally increase the type is because they can't get what they. If you can't get beer, eventually you're going to have vodka for breakfast. But as long as you can get the beer, you'll stay with the beer. So this legitimate alcoholic versus illegitimate alcoholic, I don't know. I think it's we're categorizing something incorrectly. And if Granny admits and Granny says he's an alcoholic, then I think we should take him at that one thing at least. We should take him at his word.
Yeah, well, Granny says he's a parent as well. Should we take him at his word for that?
Well, he is.
Well, then don't fucking drink and get yourself sorted and wash your face for fuck's sake.
But and that was the thing. Like in talking to him, it was like everything but the alcohol is the problem, and yet everyone that knows him says the alcohol is the problem, right? And and it's like making it Lemmy's fault. It's almost like it was Lemmy's fault he had to drink this much. You know, you're an adult. It's the same with Karmic. You're, 40, 30, whatever, 38, 40 years old. You get to make your own choices.
Yeah, well, he's also a fake alcoholic too. I've seen him drinking like 8, 9 shots back to back. There's no way he could drink that amount and not actually get drunk. Cormac doesn't get drunk in his fucking streams. He's just drinking this shit. Oh look, by the way, this is a full thing of straight vodka. I'm completely wasted. Oh my god. Oh, I can't stop drinking vodka. I'm destroyed. Hit the like button, everybody.
But the point is, Mr. Hughes, um, he's an adult and he can make choices, right? Um, if this was such a horrible relationship and it was so bad and we're supposed to believe all of this stuff, why'd you stay there 10 years? And don't tell me loyalty, because that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Laziness. It was easy, and Granny is all about what's doing what is easy. He'll tell you that himself. He doesn't like doing hard things at all.
Yeah, but it's how hard is it to actually, to leave? I mean, I don't know. It it's not it's not that hard. But I have another question. Why do homeless guys always get a dog?
For sex?
Oh, I hope not, because that dog, I could see all of that dog's ribs. He would break that dog's, like, he would just shatter it.
Yeah. Well, that's until he starts doxing the dog on one of his fucking streams.
The 99-cent dollar store peanut butter. Um, they, they, but, but it's like you can't take care of yourself. You're living in a shed. So now let me get a dog. I'm going to get an animal that I have to be responsible for, right? And it really felt to me like, oh, if I get this, then people are they'll send money because they want the dog taken care of. And
Or maybe I can prove to you guys that I am capable of taking care of something because I am obviously neglecting my fatherly duties.
Mm. Not to interrupt, but it's just been announced that Anna Faris is returning for Scary Movie 6.
Is that real?
But yeah, with the weigh-ins, so thank God, because if there's anyone that's funny these days, it's black people. But the thing about the dog stuff, who the fuck sold him the dog, and where did he get the money from? And where is it shitting? Where is he cleaning it? What the fuck's going on?
It's probably pissing and shitting in the same place Granny is pissing and shitting to establish dominance, if I had to guess from, like, dog behavior. That's my guess.
What do you think that shed smells like when he's streaming from? Like, I don't smoke, but if I was in that shed, I would light a couple of cigarettes too.
I don't even want to imagine.
to mask the smell. I we I saw him. I asked him because he was on stream, and it was like he's got to take a piss, and he literally goes, like a foot off camera, pisses out the door, and then
He
walks
used to
back
piss
in.
out the window. He used to stream from my stream room and piss out my window. We
I
had a whole
tell
gimmick about
the,
it.
the fucking
Kind of funny.
smell must be brutal in there.
Yeah.
And
But then that would be her fault.
Of course.
yes,
Why didn't she go outside and fucking clean the piss? That's exactly how he sounds.
I always used the toilet until Lemmy taught me to piss out a window.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, and
She told me to stop traveling by limousine.
yes, yes, exactly. And in look, I didn't come here to. I don't really want to slam the guy. I really want to know more. Like, what's the change gonna be? Is this guy ever going to? Is it gonna get better, or is it just
No,
gonna get
no,
worse?
nope. It's not going to get any better. You're probably going to. Just expect more of the same. I expect more
Susan
of the same.
for $2. Lemmy, speak on Granny murdering cats. Broke my heart.
I'd really rather not because I fucking loved those cats. So I would really rather not talk about that.
Wow, that's a tidbit that I wasn't aware of it. Um, uh, and then, like, how long do you think you get to live in a shed before the guy that owns the shed finally says, "You know, man, I really need a place to put my lawnmower."
I'm guessing he doesn't know a whole lot of what's going on, to be honest.
Yeah, Granny probably runs in while the guy goes to work and is secretly living in his shed.
Oh
It's
my
like
god,
there's a theory that Chad Zumach has a podcast with that guy Sam Trioli or whatever his name is,
Tripoli?
Tripoli.
or Tripoli, and some people have said that Sam Tripoli guy doesn't actually know that he has a podcast with Chad, and that Chad is secretly recording him on the phone.
And then,
So maybe Granny's secretly living in the shed, and he runs out at night when he's on his hot dates with this 19-year-old who weirdly uh, Granny hasn't shown any photographs of her online, which is weird because she's smoking hot, and you would think that he would do that and see her all the time because he's winning this war. And you think he'd be out. And I gotta be honest, like 19-year-old girls, everybody knows what they're into at that age is much older guys who live in a shed. Like, why would a 19-year-old want to be hang around with someone that's part of the football team or goes out to parties and have nightclubs that is their own age and knows all about whoever the fuck's popular these days, like Oasis or something like that, a really cool band. Uh, she wouldn't want that. She would want someone that has 7 stories that he will say on a loop and hang around with Nimrod and American Cupcake. That's what girls are into.
yeah, unless she's a Florida white trash 19-year-old that uh, likes meth and all sorts of stuff. Like, I'd like to know if she exists. Does she have teeth?
If
I've seen
she if she I still say that no 19-year-old would, and even if she is a drug addict, why the fuck would you hang around with Granny? He's not going to be buying her drugs.
true.
I know a guy. We missed a $2 super chat from Susan saying that anyone that could do that to cats is eventually able to do that to people. And you
Well,
know,
see, that's where like all the threats come from. He wants to be like, I'm a fucking tough guy. So a cat can't fight back because they're pussies. Let's hold our laughter for later. Edit that part out. So that's if he's hurting animals, it's because he's afraid of humans. Like somebody sent them fucking soup, and he's like I'm gonna get a shotgun, and it's like, well that's because you're tough guy. Everyone's afraid of a tough guy that uses a weapon, and that's basically it. It's a cunt chicken shit move.
well, I'd love to be the cop taking the police report. And so he sent you soup.
Uh,
Eh,
That's that's the thing. It's like, do you ever see the Dave Chappelle bit where he's the police officer taking what's his name? Juicy Schmuel's fucking report. And he's like, okay, let me write this down, sir. Soup cans. You phoned the police on soup cans. You know,
And
you live in a shed. You know,
You asked people to send you stuff
yeah.
also.
You record with a green puppet that's French.
that
Okay.
yeah.
And
The
a 19-year-old girlfriend. Okay, got it all. It's like no, it's like a great story. If you're gonna lie, think about it first, and it may be convincing. I love doing your show, Schmuel Buckman.
you can never thank you for that. Um,
See,
but that
people will believe it if you think your lies through.
that's what the problem is though, is that if you're lying all the time, you can't remember what you said, right? Like if you tell the truth, you don't ever have to try to think of what you said before because it's the truth. But when you make stuff up, you can't remember it, and then it gets all confusing, and then you can start justifying what you did before based on this story that you told. And being a tough guy too, it's like I guess there's one story of a guy who did kick his ass, and but he didn't just get his ass kicked, he got his ass kicked because he slipped on the sand.
That was Gay Guitar Guy. That's Soup Party. Go subscribe to Soup Party. Come hang out tonight at like 9:30ish. Soup Party at Soup Party on YouTube.com.
And that guy'll have great audio and won't be messing things up like I do.
It's true.
So
I would
we're
love to see you with gay guitar guy's hair, though, Schmuel. I think that would look lovely on you.
I think so too. I think so too. This is all I've got. So there you go. And it's a bitch getting old, It's the blessing and the curse because you don't want to get old, but the alternative is worse. So
Growing younger.
there you go. Yeah, that's gonna happen. You, you
I'm
can't.
trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's all try. Now, do we know what kind of soup was sent?
Chicken
I
noodle, I
don't think
maybe?
we should be getting into personal stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's the
Don't box
real
the
the
soup.
real doxing.
Yeah. And if somebody said if it was chicken and mushroom soup, spoiler alert, that's my personal top fave. Hint, hint. Okay.
The cream or the
That is a good question, and I'm glad you asked. I've got to go with cream. I'm not going to lie on this show. I think we've opened up an honest triangle here. I'm a cream of chicken and mushroom guy. I'm glad I got it off my chest.
I'm a cream of chicken guy, and I loved it over rice.
You know
And
what?
when I
Fuck
got
the cream of chicken people, okay? It's chicken and mushroom all day. So fuck you.
and the wife when we first got married saw me make it, and I've never been allowed to make it again.
Were
So
you naked at the time?
there we go. No, when I'm naked, she just closes her eyes.
Aw.
Well, it's hard to see out the back of your head.
Um, wait. Soup party. He almost shot the DoorDash driver. What if the homeowner had just ordered a pizza?
Exactly. And well, I also don't know if I believe that story at all. That he almost shot the DoorDash driver. I have a feeling that somebody pulled up and he ran and hid behind one of his shed doors and waited until he was gone. And he was like, "I almost kicked his fucking ass."
I woulda. I,
Yeah, he's lucky I was hiding.
yeah, I what do you call it?
Fancy
The,
children.
yes, I like to eat children.
That's not
Clip
what I
it.
said, but
I sorry, I'm ignoring you. And
okay.
as per normal. The where do you anyway? Where do you see like this going? How does this get resolved? Is this because he is the flavor of the moment, right? Like all of this craziness is sort of the flavor. They're getting super chats, which I don't understand how quickly it got set up because it took me forever once I crossed the number between
I'm
Google
sure he
wanting
had his producer do it for him.
tax
I'm almost
documents
positive.
and social security cards and all that stuff. Um, and, but how do where do you like for you and for your kid? Where do you see that? How do you see that panning out? Like, do you see a solution to this at all?
No, not really. No. Um, I'm not really sure. It's very much a day to day type situation, you know?
Do you, do you think that he has any idea how little people think of him while he's doing this? Like, does he think he's winning
I
at the
don't
moment?
know. I honestly, I don't know if he thinks he's winning. I also don't care if he thinks he's winning. It's just fucking insane. It's
Right.
insane, and I'm honestly just real over it. And I think everybody will get to where I am eventually.
And the stories about you that have been told and the things that have been said, um, mostly blown out of proportion and bullshit. Is that
Mhm.
where we are? And
Absolutely. He just wants to, like the meth head thing. I'll give you an example. Meth head thing. Next month, I will have been sober for 10 years. 10 years I've been sober. And I didn't even do drugs for an entire year. I did it for about 8 months. I lost my fucking mind for about 8 months. So that's why I'm a meth head, because I did meth 10 fucking years ago.
and you came from like a pretty good family, right?
Hmm. Very good. Two very good families. My parents were divorced. They found their forever person when I was like 3. So, and they've been consistent, all 4 parents, awesome and consistent in my life. I grew up well, privileged as fuck.
All right. So how does the well-privileged girl wind up in this situation? Like,
Well, I've actually spoken with a few people, and the consensus seems to be that my dads were too good, that I had to, that I kind of like course corrected.
uh, I have a friend whose kid uh, a year ago would only a girl. She would only dress as like a boy. And then I was at an event this weekend, and like she's all glammed up, and it's like she's going through phases. And I was saying to the wife, I'm like, man, I hope she finds like who she is, and um, because the alternative is bad. But it's weird because sometimes we blame parents for stuff, right? And Granny was blaming his parents and his growing up and his uncles and everything else for what he's doing now, right? And so, did there come a point when you knew that that was like a fucked up thing for you to do and you wanted to get your shit straight, or did it just
Oh, yeah.
happen?
Yep. Nope. There was a point where I was like, wow, I really kind of fucked my shit up. But by then, I didn't have the resources to get out. And by the time I did have the resources to get out, this all happened. This all happened.
And look, I'm going to go back to something you said earlier. I think Granny is hilarious. I think he's a very funny guy. And I think he's talented because it's very hard. The one thing I've learned about watching this is it's very hard to be on and maintain an audience,
Mhm.
even a small one, for a couple of hours at a time. And he can do that. Like he has that ability to do it. And so it's like, yeah, you've got this talent. You are funny.
He also has the uncanny ability that nobody else seems to fucking have. But whenever like an issue pops up, he has an ability to talk his way through that to make it interesting and not just leave everybody hanging and watching you struggle with your fucking issues. So
Right.
that is one good thing I could
But
say about him.
we're also in a universe where there's a lot of forgiveness for stuff.
Mhm.
And so it's like, yeah, you can come on hammered and make a complete ass of yourself. And tomorrow people will go, look, don't worry about it. Like, there's a way back for him to something normal. My
Not with me.
my fear, obviously not with you, but my fear is that, you know, they're going to figure out that that smell coming from the shed isn't the usual shit and piss odor, you know, and we're going to find, we're going to find him there. And
That's honestly, that's his family and his friends' biggest fear. He thinks everybody is just mad at him because I have this is the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life, Schmuel. I couldn't go to that party because she has demonized me to her whole family because I've what I've been doing on the internet.
now, how does your family feel about this?
The only person in my family that remotely even has any clue of what's going on is my mom. And she talks to him. So,
And but when you say talks to him because she has to, or talks to
yeah,
him
I had him
because
blocked. I had him blocked because of all the fucking I could not. I can show you why I blocked him and you can discern whether or not I made the appropriate call. But I told him if he wanted to talk to that he's got to go through my mother.
yeah, and I mean that makes sense because of what you've been going through. Um, and then Husey, you and I had a conversation one day about exes, right? And you leave, you're done, you move on. You,
Yeah, well, I'll say this that when there's a kid involved, I can understand why uh, Granny would still be in Lemmy's life, but I don't understand how he thinks feuding is going to help. Like there is like
He's not
it's
trying to
not a
help. He's not trying to help. He's
yeah
going
like
scorched earth because this is what he wants to do. He feeds his anger. Hate is easy. That's what he said. Hate is easy. Hate's always been easy for me, Amanda. So this is what I'm going to fucking do.
yeah.
That's there is no why. It just is.
and you're saying there's no thought that goes into this. Like
No.
he
Nope.
doesn't think about what this kid's going to be like in four
Nope.
years,
Nope.
right?
But that's
No object permanence for thought. None. Or actions. None.
yeah. Well, I don't know what those words mean, to be honest. But I don't think he is even thinking of the kid right now. I think it's all about what he wants, and he thinks by insulting Amanda that he thinks that I'll say this and this will make me feel good because I know it'll annoy her, and that's all he seems to care about right now. Like, and that's why I struggle to see what it is that people are liking about him. Like he's making it worse, and he's actively not trying to make shit easier for the kid.
Hmm.
Like there's shit about I don't want to dox myself, but the shit about some of my exes that I'm dying to say, mostly to them, but I won't because of certain situations.
I am of the belief that he's still in love, and that's why
I know. Nope.
that. And I know
I don't believe that.
I know people disagree with me, but if you don't care, you don't. This isn't what you do. And the the line that I learned early on is, the opposite of love is indifference,
Hmm.
not hate. And it's like the guy who told me the story was like, as long as you're throwing plates at each other, there's still something there. And I think what's happening is like he's throwing plates and he's fighting, but he's fighting against sort of an invisible enemy. And it's like he, he's
I'm
destroying
not
it.
his
But if you
enemy.
but if
I'm not
you
his enemy. I never was his enemy, ever. I've always tried to help him, even after all of this blew up. I even offered forgiveness and unity and a co parenting plan. You know what I mean? So I have gone out of my way to extend peace to this man, and he tries to cut my hand off every single fucking time. So
yeah,
we are here, and there are no more hands. I'm done. I'm done making things easy.
um this comment, I thought the Dabbleverse was about trolling. This feels like serious family drama. Um, and it is, and that we're, you know, I know I am. I would assume Husey is. We're kind of blown away that this is happening, right? And um, I don't know about anybody else, but I see you as the victim of in this, and it, I don't know what I would do if I were in this situation. You
I
know,
can't
'cause,
think of myself as a victim, first of all, first and foremost, because that makes me feel gay. You know what I mean?
you know,
Or
the
weak or
lesbian thing
whatever.
is in right now, so you know, you might not a bad idea. And that, but no, but you into what you are, whether you want to admit it or not, or whether you want to feel that way, um, you're being victimized, and I don't think that there's any objective person that would disagree with that. Uh, Mr. Hughes, you look like you have a comment.
Yeah, well, the BYB thing the other day. Now, I'm not saying Quad set Lemmy up
Mhm.
because I don't think he would do that, but it did seem to come across like that's what it was because he was asking her shit that's already been addressed and on all this stuff. Like, so that to me felt like that was a pylon, and that's why, even though we're talking about it here, which is to prove my hypocrisy. But I think that it's this is the see the Dabbleverse is about trolling and making fun of each other, but legitimate, serious issues that are actually affecting a little person. That's when it's too far for me, and people need to step off. And if Granny's like, "Come on, and we'll drink beers and we'll do a watch along," it's like people should just say, "No, I'll probably do anything else. I'll not fucking sit here and encourage you to keep going because you want someone to watch you laugh at your own jokes, and you wanna keep smoking and drinking cheap light beer to pretend to get drunk on. Just everybody needs to take a step back from this type of shit, and it'll probably keep going on behind the scenes. But unless you're part of the Granny family or the Lemmy family, that's the end of it. Because I mean, and this to be honest, at the end of the day, and this is going to come across way ruder than I'm trying to say it, but a lot of these people getting involved don't actually give a shit, and like they're going all in on one side, making it their whole internet life, but really they don't give a fuck. Like at the end of the day, they're going back to playing with their dick and stuff like that.
Well, they're not look to them. Lemmy and Granny are not real people. You know, they're just characters on the internet, and that's sort of one of the things I'm looking at is like, no, these are real people that are being affected by this, that and Cupcake. You know, I'm looking at you. Levyverse of 4.99. Welcome, Bob. You guys got your whole life to hate each other. You both have a very short time to show your kid it's going to be all right.
Mm. And he should know because he's been divorced like 17 times. So he had 17 relationships to mend. Bob Levy has a infamously large penis, by the way. I've heard it brought up on multiple episodes of Jim Norton's show. So, hello, Gina.
But even Bob has, like Bob now gets along. You know, he gets along with his kids, right? Um, he knew shit that he did wrong, and you can make it right. But you got to admit that there's a problem. You got to admit you have an issue. And this is not the solution to this.
Yeah, but the thing is, and just to talk about Lemmy as if she's not actually here, is that I would assume, and maybe this comes across as favoritism because we used to be big words with friends players, but I would assume that Lemmy would end the feud tomorrow if possible. But it seems like because this is Granny's online gimmick is that we're going after this person, so he's now just going to keep going after Lemmy because That's what he wants. Because these people think the numbers he gets are impressive, so therefore they're like, well, he's our leader. We've got to hang around with the cool guy with the lives in the shed. That's what we got to do. That'll be an awesome Tuesday or Wednesday.
And the difference is you get to do it on stream, so you don't have to deal with the smell, and you get to turn off the computer at the end. Like you don't have to deal with any of the shit that you're creating,
Uh,
right? And uh, whatever. Butter Dick Jones. Just I want to comment. I do know the difference between Cupcake and Granny. You missed that part. Um, but I don't have a solution, right?
There
Like,
is no
and
solution.
I don't think anybody has a solution. But I also think that at the same time,
Somebody had the ultimate solution.
the shit that you've been subjected to is just off is it's awful. And I'm very disappointed in a bunch of people that have encouraged it because you guys were like the couple in the Dabbleverse, right? It was always thought about the two of you. Um, and even just before you were going through this stuff, and you and I were working on doing a show, doing streams together, um, never a bad word was said, and there was no hint, at least to me, that there was no negativity coming from your part, and and I've seen you also get into disagreements and stuff with people over time, and you're able to solve them and you're able to be adult about them. And so I'm wondering why this guy can't. That that part of it blows me away. And the alcoholism makes me sad because I think, as we said, he's a very funny guy. I know Hughezy may disagree, but he's a very funny guy. Um, and has some talent. Um, but this sure as hell isn't the way to show it.
What do you mean? Like he can juggle his empties?
No, he can carry. He can carry a stream. The guy can talk. You
That's because he
know.
says the same fucking 7 lines on a loop. That's what he
Right
does.
now, he does. Right now, that's what he's doing because he's doing it emotionally and drunkenly. If he wasn't, he would be coherent and hilarious and quick witted. We've all seen it.
I would actually send Granny money to see him drink whiskey on a stream. I would like to see that level of drunk. Because light beer drunk is fucking boring. I would like to see him get like a proper Pogues whiskey drunk. That would be fun. I would
They're
send him
called
money
two
for that.
cops.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
and
saying double. 8 tins of soup.
that's going to be the what do you call it? The child support. Soup
Listen,
can's going to arrive.
the soup tins is his Kumia country. Like you're not gonna fucking live this one down. Like that's fucking pathetic. Like the guy, the gay guitar guy was obviously just fucking around. And Granny suddenly becomes a tough guy. He says, "I'm forced to defend myself against soup delivery. I can't take it anymore. They push me. Hey, I'll give them a war they won't believe."
Um, he, yeah, and everybody's got a solution too. Like you got to get an arbiter, you got to get a custody agreement, you got to get all stuff. All that shit costs money, right?
Yeah.
And
And cooperation.
right, and all the things you need to do that are not available. They're not there, and so it's like that's why this gets to happen. And it's also a small group of people. I mean, the average person in the world does not have any idea of what's going on here. It's one person's life gets destroyed and the other person is destroying their life, and a group of 500 people know about it. um he's not winning with these streams because this is also like, he's like the pet rock or whatever. What was the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger where they're fighting over the toy at Christmas? You know,
Commando.
Oh, jingle all the way.
Jingle All
Oh,
the, and you're there for, you know, it's Christmas, and the next year nobody remembers what the hell that thing was, right? But you and he are going to be left with the lingering effects of this.
Yeah, but the thing about that is like it's not getting like the coverage that maybe he thought it would. Like it's a very small group of people that are paying attention to this. Like it's not getting like the so called bigger shows talking about it, because even they know like fuck, this is beyond like make like Chad versus fucking Ray DeVito. Like this is a genuine potential legal courtroom thing.
Yeah,
What's disingenuous, Butterdick Jones?
Ignore the chat, Lemmy.
No, I want to know what's disingenuous of what I said. I'm
Yeah, but
very
if
curious.
you're asking somebody called Butterdick
I
for
like Butterdick Jones. Butterdick Jones is a regular chatter in my chat. I like him. I respect him. He's lashing out because there isn't structure anymore. There was absolutely structure, and he burned all of the bridges to that structure, Butterdick Jones. I could get his stepmom and his dad on here, his best fucking friend on here, for them to tell you, like, I didn't demonize him to our family and friends. I didn't do that. He called and asked for a place to stay or begged them for money and showed his fucking asshole to them to the point where they don't want anything to do with him. I didn't do any of that shit. I'm not that kind of person. I never have been, ever. I
can
want people to love him. I have always protected the granny image, always, in real life and in fucking podcasting.
which is
did you
exactly what I was saying before.
did you feel
Yeah.
on BYB, Lemmy, that you were ambushed, or was there stuff on BYB that you had planned to say?
Not really. I had planned to go on BYB as just casual. I just wanted to hop on BYB and be fucking myself and see if I could get Granny to laugh at least. And you can you can ask everybody who was in there. I was going to advocate for peace. I was going to publicly ask him to please fucking stop doing this to me because it sucks and it affects me deeply. Very deeply. And I know a lot of you in the chat don't get that we are real people and that it shouldn't affect you so deeply. This, I feel like, is an extreme circumstance, and I feel like I am graced with feeling in an extreme way. So
No, and it should affect you.
it affects me on every single level.
Yeah, and then that's what the whole thing of these people says. Oh, just don't let it bother you. Just ignore it.
Mhm.
It's like okay,
He's
no
just
no
hurt.
problem.
He's just in pain, Lemmy. Okay.
Yeah, but being in pain doesn't give you the right to hurt other people, right? Like you don't solve your pain by running around with a hammer and hitting people.
Or getting people to terrorize her for you.
Mm.
Sam V. Looking at you, kid.
And and even some of that is going to be there's going to be people that he's not going to direct, or
Mhm.
it's not like he's not
He emboldens them.
he's
He
not
emboldens
sending
them.
them, but you know what you're doing,
Mhm.
you know?
It's out
And
of my hands. I can't. He went so far as to text my friends, or the people in my chat, being like, listen, I stream snipe her, and yeah, there's some nefarious people watching. So if they see your name in the chat, there's nothing I can do if they start fucking with you. You know what I mean?
Cool. You know what I mean? Like that's so fucking pathetic. Like I said, like I know we're going for a custody battle here, but I can't help it if my like the fucking the word the chat should never come up in any conversation you have with him ever again. Like YouTube shouldn't ever be a topic that he needs to bring up. Like that's the thing that's so baffling to me. He claims to want to see his kid, but what he wants is more live viewers.
Mhm.
Hit the like button.
and the only way to keep live viewers is to keep ratcheting it up,
Mhm.
right? Because you
So he's going to use the clout that I've gained in the Dabbleverse to do whatever the fuck it is that he's doing. I hope you make $1 million, dude. Go
And
like
that
and
was
subscribe.
and that was so fucking dumb him to say that you were chasing clout, because like I remember you co-hosted with me when Lady K was on, and you basically told Carl to go fuck himself.
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
I'll do
so
it today.
yeah, it's like, so she's not trying to fucking get on the big shows. Like, it's just get over fucking YouTube. And on this, obviously, this is hypocritical to say so because we're on the Ray DeVito show.
It is. It is and it isn't. I mean, if you're as talented as you say you are and as funny as you say you are, and all of these things, you can do this without destroying or trying to destroy someone else. I mean, look, he said his entire goal was to basically chase you off streaming and to destroy your ability to stream.
Okay. But listen, and respectfully, and I'm not saying this to insult Lemmy, but it's not like Lemmy had some fucking ISO speed empire.
It's not that, Hughezy. I have a community. I have a whole community that's very tight knit, and we fucking love each other, dude. And we've been hanging out with each other for the better part of 5 years. And he wants to destroy that. That's what he wants to destroy. I built that community because I was so fucking depressed in my real life. That was my escape. And TJ knew that because I was very vocal about my feelings with him about my community and how much I fucking cherish them because of how dog shit depressed I was as a human being. And he wants to destroy that. That's what he is trying to destroy. It's not clout. It's not my views. It is my community that I have built with people who have died. You know what I mean? I have pillars in my community that are no longer with us. I it just baffles me that somebody who told me that he would love and protect me for that long would just turn out to be who he is today. That breaks me in half. I'm glad your mother is dead because this would kill her.
Yeah, let me just because it's going to come up, and we want to ask the question. It's going to come up. Have the family and the friends and all that stuff in his real life tried to help him?
Yes, absolutely. His
So
best friend and his best friend's wife are the people who got him into rehab. Both times, paid for it.
so
People
when
have tried.
when people say, "Oh, the problem is he has no support structure,"
No, that
is
is
it that he
not true.
burned through the support structure, like they
Yes.
just gave up,
Yep.
and now you're the last person that can be lashed out at?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't, I'm kind of lost because I don't know. I don't. There's no solution, right? Like
Nope.
most things present, and they're like, oh, there's a solution to something, and I guess
No.
the only thing you can do is just sort of take care of yourself and protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What I
and
want you what I want is for everybody to go like and subscribe to Soup Party and hit the notification bell for tonight's live stream.
You pieces of shit really want to get me hungry. Like, I'm fucking all that creamy fucking talk earlier. Like, this is getting tough. But uh, do you think? And this is a question for Schmuel about Lemmy, seeing as she's not here. Uh, Lemmy doesn't do her stream on YouTube anymore. Do you think that was a mistake, or like letting Granny get a W, or let him think he's got one, or do you think Lemmy should keep it going again?
I think she should do whatever she wants, but I don't. I think he's going to view anything as a win. So any decision Lemmy makes, regardless of whether it has to do with him or not, that he can perceive as a win, he's going to perceive as a win. Um, but having said that, the thing with YouTube is it has a lot more. You have a much wider audience of people to see and people who can find and support you, not just that community that you've built?
I I'm not going to be streaming on YouTube anymore. That's just what's going to happen. I'm I was restrained of what I've wanted to do and what I originally started doing. I stream on Twitch and I can play all the copywritten music I want as long as the VOD doesn't go up. So no one gives a fuck. So it was never about views, ever. It was never about follows. It was always about the hang. It was always about the hang, dude. Let me hear your music. You got a fucking song that you think can make me cry, bitch? Let's see. Let's see how emotional you can get Little Lemmy with a song. That's what my shit was always about until I abandoned them for the Dabbleverse.
Yeah,
So I'm going back.
the Dabbleverse shit's getting way too serious, and not to going back to the thing. To me, speaking about the Kiki stuff from earlier, it seems to me that she's becoming an unfair target lately, because it's sort of like whatever she does, there's now 5, 6 different shows going off at once for hours, going, she poured fucking water from a flask into a glass. Just drink from the flask, you stupid bitch. And then everyone's like trolling her and insulting her fucking mom online, going, you don't have fucking teach her how to drink from flask, cunt. All that type of fun stuff, and it is ramping up the dark side of the of the thing, like Steel Toe going to jail. I think people really should get off his back for a minute, because like that's a tough thing to go through. He's on what do you call it,
Probation.
probation, thank you, for what, a year or something. So like, if this guy fucks up, he's going back to prison for a long time, and that means his kids will be out without a fucking dad at all. His life will be ruined. Anyone the cripply fucking Johnny, whatever his name is, he'll lose out on his income. Like, just back the fuck off, people, and like
It's not
just go
gonna
back to making fun of people like Ray DeVito. There's a good hashtag for that on
Does
Twitter.
he still stream? I don't see him anywhere ever.
I can
Do I have him blocked?
announce that Ray DeVito and Hope will be coming on my show soonish, hopefully next month. Hope looks a lot like Lemmy, and it's weird.
Yeah, I
So
call her
hopefully,
Better Lemmy. That's what I call Hope.
so hopefully Lemmy will be co-hosting that one with me, with Ray and Hope. What are we
I
talking
would
about?
like to clarify. I would like to clarify. I'm not going to be streaming on YouTube in the mornings anymore. I am going to do like vertical streams and stuff, and I'll pop up on like Schmuel and Hughezy and stuff. But I'm not doing daily morning streams on YouTube anymore. That's
Did,
what I'm
did
not doing.
did the BYB thing the other day? Did that make you? Does that make you feel sort of cautious about going on shows? Because
Yeah. Yep. And it's not anybody else's fault but my own. That was a hard lesson learned. My bad. You know what I mean? I don't blame Quad for that, and I don't blame Granny for that. You A zebra's got stripes, dude. A cheetah's got spots. Nothing is ever going to change about that. And that was my bad. I actually just shared a meme today that my toxic trait is like firmly believing that I could walk up to a lion and it could sense my good vibes and it won't hurt me. That is a real fucking thing.
It's
So
like
I need
the
to learn more hard lessons if I'm being truthful. So
Yeah, and to clear it up, you asked to go on
I
BYB,
did. I
right?
100% did ask to go on BYB.
Because I mean that makes a lot of difference. So it wasn't like
Yeah.
Quad was setting you up to get
No.
sandbagged.
Nope.
Um,
He's
and
still dead to me from the waist down, though.
well,
oh,
not just to you apparently. The
Look,
the
God,
but
I hate you, but I love you.
I I like Quad. My gut with that was it got away from him,
It did.
and so
He
he
prepared
just
too. He's
went
well prepared.
he
It
went
was like
he
20
went
minutes before the show.
he went back to what he knows,
Yeah.
right? Which
Yep.
is what
Yep.
which is what
He
we all
does.
fall on. And I tried to say that on your show on Saturday. It was like we were complaining about Quad, and we were judging Quad, but Quad was being Quad. You know,
Yep.
he was doing what he does, and you know, as a person who's been uh,
Great.
caught myself, well, only a little,
Uh,
um, but you know, been caught in those situations. It's tough. Like I know that I've been there. Just like I don't know what to do. You know, and so you try to you just do what you know how to do.
I
Um,
freaked the fuck out and threw my microphone at on my desk. So there's that. You ever see Little Lemmy do that? Yeah, I wasn't really sure what to do.
is that why you have it tied together with your underpants right
Oh
now?
uh,
no, there it's not under. It's a bandana.
Oh,
It's just a bandana.
oh, I thought the panties were a signal to somebody that you know, weren't supposed to get.
Just a bandana. No signal. The hat's a signal. I want to fuck the onion. Just
Jesus
kidding.
Christ. Um, but yeah, well, the Onion, that goes back to, you know, what Hughezy was saying, is that none of the shows are really covering this, right? Like,
Yep. They
um,
don't give a shit. No one gives a shit, dude. The only one who needs views around here, buddy, is you, pal. They don't need your bullshit. They don't
yeah,
need
because
it.
I know with like Mersh, it was funny when it wasn't really people involved, and when it became about a kid being involved, and it's like, you know, this isn't funny anymore,
Yeah.
you know, and uh, I give Granny credit for his ability to call into shows like he called into NLO, um,
Mhm.
but he can't. But he, it's what he doesn't get is that to normal people, it made him look like more of an idiot. You
He
know?
it's a moot point, really. Talking about Granny is a lot like talking to Granny, and it's like talking to a brick wall.
Yeah. In any event, I think we should wrap it up. But I I hope we gave you a chance to sort of get out your
You did.
side of this.
I appreciate it.
And
Sorry for getting emotional. I'm a woman. I'm sorry.
no,
Repeal the 19th.
we were going emotional. I am apparently going to do a stream with Chad. So I
Ooh,
want to make I
I'm a
want
fan of Chad.
I want to
I'm
see who.
decked out in Chad drip. Always.
There's at least four of you. So I mean
Wood
that's
Sharks Unite.
that's good news. Um, all right, so but I always ask, where do you see this going, and what do you think you're going to, you know, do you have any solutions, or would you like to say anything to the people that are supporting the behavior, besides watch Sue Party at 9:30 tonight?
Um, to the people supporting his behavior, I don't care. I genuinely don't care. He's building his community. You know what I mean? I can't fault him for that. I'm not going to. Again, a lot of those people were friendly with me at one point and still can be. Just FYI. Just FYI. Um, I understand what Granny is doing and that he needs help doing it, and I don't mind providing that help. But I'm not going really anywhere. I'm gonna make Oscar Electric some cupcakes very soon. So I'll be doing that on my channel every now and again. Just watch out for just a random pop-up stream from me. And I stream on Twitch and Rumble in the mornings now if you want to fucking listen to all the copywritten music you want for a couple hours.
Enjoy that. Mr. Hughes, do you have anything you'd like to close us out with?
yes, if you check out Hughes Entertainment, I'm going to be grifting a lot because right now the plan is well, I'm definitely going to Hackmania, uh, potentially also going to DabbleCon if it's haven't heard anything confirmed. So I'm going to be grifting my fucking dick off for the next month because I refuse to pay for anything with my own money. Everybody else should be paying this shit for me. Why can't I have a fancy glass of wine on the plane over there? You cheap fucks. So subscribe to Huge Entertainment, and I'm going to be doing a lot of episodes and shit over the next few months with the holiday season because over here we don't do Thanksgiving because nobody gives a shit. So over here, the people get into the Christmas season very early. So I always go hard at Christmas. Although I'll probably not drink as much because I almost had a heart attack last year and got gout.
Yeah, let's keep you from getting out. And we need you good looking when you come to America, because I, I'm going to set you up with Ava, and you'll be able to finally see that rack in real life.
Thank you.
And I promised to take Mr. Hughes to the Stone Pony. So
Yeah, that's the real reason I want to go to DabbleCon. I don't give a fuck about stupid AATP. I want to go to the Springsteen tour.
well,
Springsteen's better than fucking AATP. There you go. Quote me, Lemmy.
I disagree, actually, and I hate Carl.
And Tim Granny for that.
I did laugh though at Husey, because he's like, oh, I'm going to go to DabbleCon, and it's in New York, and he's like, oh, how far away is this Springsteen thing? And it's like, Lemmy would get this. Yeah, Pensacola to Miami.
Oh, damn.
You know, but it's like, I guess Rochester is a good 5 hours from New York, and then Asbury Park is about an hour and a half south. Uh,
No,
So
that'd
but
be
it's
about from Tallahassee to Ocala.
uh, so it's one Granny stream. I can listen to that as I walk. You know.
yeah, and you'll get to hear the same things over and over again.
See, can't wait that everybody wins.
Yeah, I'm not really good at picking out. I give Rochi credit, because Rochi, it's almost like he's got like the special touch of the tiz, where he can pick out little significant parts of uh, of people's streams. And
No, that's
I got
called nuance. That man is a fucking listen. I love Rochi because he has the ability to listen and absorb and capture the important moments, and those important moments are the ones he hyper focuses on. That is talent, and that is not tism. That's not an illness. That is not a disorder. That is that is brain power. Call it what it is.
Yeah,
I
well, I
love you,
think touch
Rochi.
of the tiz is rewarding, because it's just when we were kids, like, if you had today, they'd be taking some kid who had a special ability to like focus on numbers and go, "Oh, we need to get him medication so he doesn't do that." Um, so that's what I meant by it. And the other thing about Rochi, unlike a lot of these guys, is Rochi will face you if you have a fight or an argument or whatever. Rochi, you can have a rational conversation with.
He's a
Uh,
human being, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and the thing about Hackamania is that I'm going to actually travel over to London so that I can then fly over to Vegas with Rochi and Eccles. So uh, imagine me having been stuck with two fucking English people for about 8 hours. Who doesn't want to be at Hackamania? Buy tickets now.
they're not for sale yet, but do your best. Put your money away. And I can't wait till you guys come to Vegas. And I also wish that you'd come, you'd been to Asbury Park 10 or 15 years ago, because it's completely different than it was
But
back then.
then I'm not going. Cancel the whole thing.
The Muslims fixed it. And I know I love telling that story of how you know the mob had controlled it forever, and there was so much graft and corruption that nothing ever got done. And some Muslim guy started like a finance company, started managing it, and now Bruce has bought an apartment in Asbury Park. So there you go. You can walk over. So Muslims, thank you. We appreciate everything you do for our country.
Not true. I repeat, not true.
Mm.
But that's it. All right, guys. Thank you very much. And I will let you go. And I am then going to stay on for a couple of minutes and run out of battery power. I'm going to stay on for a couple of minutes because I want to talk about memberships and some other stuff. So really, thank you guys. And Lemmy, you sure there's nothing else you'd like to say, or
Soup Party. Go follow Soup Party, like and subscribe. Go fucking hit the notification bell for tonight's live stream. Do that.
yeah.
It'll be
And look, it may not seem like it, but we're trying to bring the war to a truce here, not make it worse. But
I can't
you'll do
stop
what you
a
have to
ball that's
do.
already in motion. I can't do that. All I can do is usher people to watch better content.
Oh shit.
All right. Well, I'm gonna DoorDash gay. What is it? Gay
Gay
guy.
guitar guy.
Good. GGG. I'll DoorDash him an igloo cooler for tonight's stream. So uh, we'll go from there. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. All right. And Lemmy, it's good to see. I like you the standing up for yourself and
I I just I really just want to do my own fucking stream. I want to make Oscar Electric some fucking cupcakes, dude. That's what I want to do. And listen
and
to some good tunes in the morning.
but
Yeah.
I admire the way you're sticking that you've handled this so far. So um, there we go. And we're not going to throw hands, Mr. Hughes. There will be no messages like that after the stream is over.
Well, we'll see. You've annoyed me a lot,
Uh,
especially with your Muslim comment.
yeah, I know. But what can I tell you? All right, guys. I'll see you later.
See you
Bye.
later. Cake you soon, Lemmy.
Well, that was fun, and I hope you enjoyed that. We wanted to give Lemmy a chance to talk and to express herself. And boy, are my eyes red. Um, so, in any event, we will be back tomorrow night. I think we're scheduled for 8, possibly 10, and we're gonna run through the Dabbleverse. We're trying to figure out the categories, and we're gonna use Deng's list as the basis to develop our program, and we will not be ranking people, contrary to popular opinion. Um, we're just going to put it together, and then we are going to set up categories. We're going to take some stuff, and then we are going to put it up to you guys to vote for. So we'll figure out a category, we'll group it, and then we'll go, vote for group A, B, or C, whatever it is. We'll get that group, and then you can rank the people in there. And I'm gonna go that we're gonna do all this work and waste all this time, and odds are it's probably going to be worse than anything anybody else did, and the results will be essentially the same as Deng came up with. So that's it. Anyway, memberships are available. Other than me being able to privately chat me and have a phone number, there's not much more um, that we can do. Waiver, um, if you my email address, I think I have a banner with it here. I do. Um, and let's see if we can get that sucker up. Yeah, there's my email address. So if you want to help us do this, you can email me there. What we really are going to need, though, are people who can handle data, pivot tables, and shit like that. And we'd like to throw together some uh, of those word bubble charts and stuff, and I'm not capable of doing it. And I, I don't know that I want to ask Mrs. B for the help. So yeah, that's what we need. And obviously, I need production help, but I'm really thankful for all of you that are here, and I'm blown away every time I come on a stream and anybody watches. And there's 62 of you here right now, so I am humbled um, that you would watch this old man. So I'm going to say goodbye and say thank you, and we'll see all you guys later. Bye.